If you ever need to find the product or sum of roots of a quadratic equation, I'm going to show you a shortcut. But before I do that, remember, it is me, Frank Tutor, at Outlook.com. You can email me if you need tutoring for math or SAT or ACT prep. Remember, I am the interactive tutor, and I will prove it. My email address can get bigger, smaller, move all around. It's interactive. But if you just have a question about math, maybe a homework assignment or something you have to prepare for a test, you don't know how to do it, send me an email. I will answer, usually by the next morning. But if you need tutoring for math or SAT or ACT, there will be a charge for that. But give me a call, franktutor@outlook.com. We will arrange it. But anyway, how do I find the sum of the roots and the product of the roots? Well, whenever something is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, to find the sum of the roots, here's the roots. And to find the sum of the roots, it's negative b over a. And to find the product of the roots, meaning they're multiplied together, it's c over a. So in this case, the sum of the roots would be negative 2, a is 1 over 1, which is negative 2. And the product of the roots would be 4 over 1, which is 4. Now I'll prove it with this one. You won't have to ever prove it again. But in this case, if I want to find the roots of this, x squared plus 2x plus 4, there's no number that multiplies to 4, no two factors of 4 that add to 2. So I'm going to have to use the quadratic formula. It's negative b, which is negative 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 2 squared is 4, minus 4, times a, which is 1, times c, which is 4, all divided by 2a, or 2 times 1 is 2. So this is negative 2 plus or minus the square root. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. 4 minus 16 is negative 12, all over 2. Well, for the sum, if I add negative 2 plus square root of negative 12 over 2 plus negative 2 minus square root of negative 12 over 2, this square root's going to go away. Plus it and minus it, it's just going to go away. So this is going to be negative 2 over 2 plus negative 2 over 2 equals negative 1 plus negative 1 is negative 2. So there's the sum. And then for the product, I'm going to have to simplify this. Negative 2 plus or minus, I take an I out of there because the square root of negative 1 is I. And 12 is 4 times 3. 4 is a perfect square, so I can take that out. Square root of 4 is 2, so it's plus or minus 2i square root. The 3 stays inside. All over 2, which equals to negative 1 plus or minus I square root of 3. 2 and 2 cancel, 2 and 2 cancel. All right, so if I multiply that, negative 1 plus I square root of 3 times negative 1 minus I square root of 3, something plus something times something minus something, that's a difference of 2 squared. That's going to be this squared, negative 1 squared, plus, difference of 2 squares minus I square root of 3 squared. Negative 1 squared is 1, minus I squared is negative 1, so minus negative 1. Square root of 3 squared is 3. 1 minus negative 1 times 3 is negative 3, which is equal to 1 plus 3, which is equal to 4. So I just wanted to show that it is in fact true that the sum, negative b over a, works. In this case it's negative 2. The product is c over a, which in this case is 4. I remember again, Frank Tutor at Outlook.com. If you need a tutor, or just send me an email if you have a question about math. I'll answer it usually by the next morning. And remember, I'm an interactive tutor.